Yep. We're live now. Live with the man, Chad Watson, in the studio today. What's up?
What's going on, DJ Occult, man?
We're hanging out, man.
Yes, sir.
Live on all platforms. You guys check in. We'll be on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, everywhere. Wherever you guys want to check in. Preferably YouTube. You know, if you guys want to be on the live chat, if you guys want to say something, comment, shout out, whatever it may be. You want to, direct yourself to the man, hit us up. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll definitely see it. But yeah, welcome to the studio, man.
Hey, man, appreciate you for having me, man. Honestly.
Yeah, man. So it took a little while for us to set this one up.
It did.
Just because we were just talking about it. The holidays get a little crazy.
Yeah.
And we got like Halloween, and for DJs like me, the gigs get a little wild. Right. There's a lot of stuff going on during these holidays. Lots of parties, lots of activities, lots of hip hop shows, and these things. And
this
so
is true.
It's a bit of an active month for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I definitely appreciate you still coming through.
I'm glad to be here.
After checking out all your stuff, I figured, hey, you're solid, you're a rock solid dude. So yeah, come on, man.
Yes, sir, appreciate that.
So Chad Watson, everybody, musician, a man of different, you wear different capes, you do a lot of different things. So why don't you introduce yourself a little bit for my viewers, just so they can get a little familiar with you, and that way we can rock it.
Yo, from Baldwin Hills, which is about 20 minutes from the studio here in Lawndale. I've been doing this music thing for about 2 years. I would say my influences would be Kid Cudi to Andre 3000. And, I do this hip-hop, this music stuff for real. It's not a hobby, so.
I got you. So this isn't your side thing. This is your main thing.
It's my main thing.
That's for sure. Yeah.
Yes,
That's appreciated, A lot of the time, musicians these days, we're having to cut ourselves in half, We're having to work with maybe a 9 to 5, and then having to do this, and then we can't really put our 100%,
Right.
So I appreciate someone who wants to put in that effort and make it happen,
I respect that, though. I definitely respect that.
So you're from the Baldwin Hills area then. So okay, so I know a little bit about that area. I don't, I'm from the South LA area, Southeast LA area, Compton, Paramount, Linwood.
Okay, see,
places,
it's over there by Lamert Park. It's 5 minutes from Lamert Park, right up the street from the Jungles. Whole area.
Yeah. I used to ride my bike through there every day to go to work. Yeah, it's kind of wild out there.
Oh, it is.
It's a wild area.
Yeah, definitely got to be real.
Yeah, man. I respect anyone who comes from that hood, because it's rough out there, And this is coming from someone who grew up in the South LA area. I think it might be slightly more crazy over there.
Yeah,
I feel like.
Nah, you're right. You're right. That's where Nip got killed.
And how did that affect you more or less? I mean, you're a musician, you rap, so you probably have a lot in common.
Absolutely.
With someone like
Nip.
And
oh yeah, absolutely.
And I pass by there all the time on my bike. I just check out the spot. It's unbelievable.
It's still unbelievable.
I can't believe it.
Still
so
unbelievable.
I'm wondering how does that affect someone like you, because you're coming out from the same area and you have the same hustle.
Yeah, no, that hit me hard, man. That actually broke my heart more than a lot of these other people in the game right now. Nip was doing it for the hood. He was doing it for the people that didn't have the voice. He was actually he was setting things in motion with after school programs, and the dude knew his politics. He was giving businesses jobs and owners and just incorporating giving jobs to felons and stuff like that. The dude was doing
That's cool. I didn't know he did that.
Oh man, he was a philanthropist. He was he was just everything.
Yeah, I watched a few before the incident happened. I actually discovered him a few months back. I actually didn't know who Nipsey was. A few months before the incident, I discovered him, and I was like, yo, and I checked out some YouTube documentaries, and I was like, whoa, this guy's doing crazy stuff. And I was like, hey, and he has a particular point of view. I appreciate people who have opinions.
Absolutely.
Even if people don't like your opinion, if you got one and you're willing to put it out there, that means that you're not afraid of being yourself and what people think about you. So he struck me as one of these dudes who was really trying to be himself,
he was.
really putting himself out there.
He definitely was.
Trying to communicate, trying to get people together,
Yeah.
I appreciated him for that. And then, of course, then it happened, and I
Then
was
it
like,
happened.
whoa, like that's a real tragedy.
It's
you know,
tragedy, man. Yeah, we still reeling from that.
Yeah, I know, man. So, you know, as far as like your musical career, do you have any like ties to any of those same people, or are you like?
Yeah, you know what? Actually, Nip grew up about like 8 blocks from where I grew up. So even before all this music stuff, we actually went to the same YMCA. He was on the same basketball team and stuff like that. Actually, I knew Nip personally before he was Nipsey Hussle, before he was gangbanging, for all that. It was just Hermes.
That's cool.
Curly hair.
Yeah, poofy hair. Dude.
Yeah, it was just, yep. It was, bro wasn't even into all that. But yeah, it's just such a small world. And then, you know, it's funny because when he took off and became Nipsey Hussle, I didn't even know that was the homie Hermes. I found out that was Nipsey Hussle after he was kind of on.
That's cool. Yeah. It's always nice to see somebody from your particular area do something that surpass like the barriers.
That was a trip.
It's a good light at the end of the tunnel, you know.
For sure.
It's just trying to show us like that, you know, it's possible.
Definitely.
Like, it might be hard, might be difficult, but it doesn't mean that. You know, that's why he's Nipsey Hussle, right? That's why he's the man. That's what he does.
Yeah.
That's how I am too. Yeah. I'm a little bit like that. You know, I've been, you know, I am a little bit more divided, unlike you, in terms of like everything that I do. Music is not like 100% my thing. I would say it's like half of me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the other half of me is like bikes and the bike culture and things like this. So I do a little bit of 2 different things.
I picked up on that.
Yeah, so for me, like, you know, sometimes it could affect like the way that I project myself, just because when you split yourself amongst too many different things, you start to get like weak on game on some things, you know?
This is definitely true.
So I go through phases all the time. Like I'll go through like a phase where I concentrate on this and then I concentrate on that. And then like I'm always like, you know, but I wish that I was like concentrated like you are in like one thing, you know, trying to get that thing on lock.
Man, that's how it be. That's exactly how it is. I know people around me that are trying to pursue different lanes, and you got to laser focus. Because you know what I'm saying? I'd rather be great at one than
that's true. Good. That's true. Yeah, man. And so like that's one thing that I noticed like was like a parallel for me, like when I was checking out your music and like the area that you grew up in and things like this. But you know, besides like what your influences are, what are some of the like ideals like that you hold, like the values, like because on this podcast we also kind of get a little deep on like certain subjects.
Absolutely.
Like, you know what I mean? Like besides your music, like how do you feel about like, let's say like the climate that we're in, like the social climate and things like this, you know?
You know what? I'm on top of the I would say the political wind right now. I would say, you know, as far as the impeachment process, I know it's an uphill struggle. I'm all for the impeachment process. I know that the Democrats, we hold the House, but we do not hold the Senate. The Senate holds about a 7-seat majority lead right now, but we do have the 2020s coming up. So hopefully we have a net we pick up then. But you know, to be dead in the water if we get the impeachment through the House, but not the Senate. But it's all it's just the formality. It's the stance of it. It's doing this during the pre-election time, which also I like the fact that, you know what I'm saying, it makes them.
So you try to keep up with some politics and
absolutely,
you
100%.
So you would consider yourself like maybe more like a liberal, like maybe
you
like
know what's funny?
Maybe a Democrat.
I would consider myself a conservative liberal.
I got you. Okay.
It's if you know, I'm sure you know that.
Yeah, maybe a libertarian. Would
be exactly.
Way to describe you know what I mean?
That. Yeah. Ideologically, I would probably consider myself more conservative, but as of right now and the way things are, you know, I definitely don't align myself with the Republican parties.
And I got another one for you, like, because I saw that one of your influences is Kanye. So like,
I knew that was coming.
No, but like,
that's good though. That's good. You do your homework.
It's not that I don't like Kanye personally. Like, I think Kanye is like an interesting person. You know, he's done a lot of different things throughout his life. He's gone through a lot of different phases in his life. You know, like he started off as one thing, he evolved maybe 2-3 times. You know, now he's like a different character. I wanted to ask you, how did you feel about his new you know, up and coming album, you know, Jesus is King. do you feel that he's coming from like a real place? Like,
I've not heard it.
Oh, okay, I got you.
I've not heard it. I do not. As I've actually, it's funny because in my history of, I haven't done 1,000 interviews, but I would say in about 3 or 4 of my interviews, I talked about Kanye.
That's
somehow.
Interesting. Yeah,
he comes up. So it's true. I can't get away. I mean, I guess if he is one of my influences. I've been told even my live show is still reflecting of his, regardless if I try to musically, I don't take away from him, but I don't rock with him politically, ideologically, culturally at all anymore. I think he turned. I think the bigger I get, I think the more these interviews at some point are gonna be seen later on. But just right now, I don't rock with the moves he's made, the lines that he's made.
Yeah.
I don't
See,
agree with
the reason why I bring it up is probably not the same reasons why other people have brought it up.
Yeah, definitely.
Because for me, it has more to do with like Kanye. Like, I'm not making it a parallel. Like, he's not like, I'm not saying that you're like him.
I know what you mean.
I'm just saying like
it's
a real popular topic right
Absolutely.
now. He's actually started talking again. He's been on a few podcasts. He said a few different things about his new album.
Right.
He's got the Church of Sunday thing.
Doing the Sunday service.
He's doing all this stuff,
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, like, if you felt that he was being genuine in his new conversion or new revival or whatever you want to call it.
You know what? I just think Kanye has a history of pushing the envelope, and he redefines his character. He comes from. Kanye used to would blast a president for forsaking us, like Bush, when it came to FEMA and the Katrina crisis. Going online with George Bush doesn't like black people. Where is that? Oh, Kanye, we've been talking about. Yeah. And it's like the stuff that Trump is doing now. You think he would have called out the stuff that he's doing now? Like I think the stuff he's doing now is more blatantly racist than the stuff that Bush was doing.
You think so?
I think that Trump is not even veiled racist anymore. I think he ran a campaign that was almost like a dog whistle, like a crying call to those that were mad about like let's say the Obama presidency.
I got
like
you.
That. I just think I think he's overt with it now.
So like beyond politics, like besides like his political views and these things, or even yours or mine, like and besides the music, like what about like the cancel culture that's happening right now? Like if Kanye comes out and he says some wild stuff, people will go and say like, yo, I'm not rocking with this, like it's gotta go, and they like hashtag cancel him or whatever,
You mean that stuff?
Like
T.I. mentioned cancel culture is convenient.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, if it's of that wave, of that trend right now, to be like that, but to be honestly like that, if you embody the moment, the genuine movement behind it, it's not like temporary. Like people still shouldn't be rocking Gucci over the stuff that Gucci just made 6 months ago.
Yeah, I agree.
But we're still buying it. So I mean, it's kind of like we'll cancel you for like a season.
Yeah, and it's temporary. It's not really effective. It doesn't really do nothing. It's just like sensational on the internet. That's about it.
On the internet.
Yeah. So have you encountered any of this stuff like through like any music that you made? Has anyone ever got like upset at anything you said in your lyrics or anything like this?
No. Well, nobody's ever to my face, but of course you're having your stuff online on platforms. People say stuff.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Like, silly haters.
Oh, okay. So you just brush them off.
Yeah, I have no energy or time for none of those.
That's crazy. Yeah. No, I don't do any. I jump in there.
Reply and all that.
I'm a boxer.
Oh,
internet
so that's
boxer.
combative.
Yeah. I love it. It's great. It gives me like something to do like on
definitely.
the internet.
I'm not going to say the desire is not there.
Yeah.
Of course, there was one lyric. There's one dude in one of my comments, one of my videos on YouTube, that just randomly said, "Oh, stealing lyrics, how pathetic." And I've never stolen that. And you know what I'm saying? That couldn't be further from the truth.
Right.
But that was one that almost got me to reply.
I got you. But you still didn't reply.
Still didn't reply.
You're a big man, see?
Man.
I would have gone in there and I would have done something funny or something, You know what I mean?
I got to get you on the team. I like that.
Yeah, but for me, like the way I think about it, and it's unfortunate, but if you look at Facebook and you look at, all right, let's say you go on Facebook right now. Let's say you write something like, yo, I just dropped this new album. It's hot fire, right? Something positive. Like, you want people to rock with you.
Yeah.
What will happen? You'll get like 2 likes.
Of course.
Like 1 comment, you know? But then you go and you say like, oh, something negative, you know? Like, oh, I hate this or I hate that or I hate you. And then hundreds of comments.
They clicking.
You know what I mean?
They clicking.
They're clicking. So it's like this outrage brings this out in people, brings it on, like, you know. So
it does.
That's maybe what all of this like cancel stuff. What maybe what's happening is like people like Kanye will come out and do something like this, something sensational, but really what they want is that like
it's just reaction.
Yeah, they want that reactionary. You know, maybe that's how Trump even got into office. You know,
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, how else does a reality star?
That's exactly. I mean, he had the right tools, right? He had the right tools. It's like another way to think of it. It's a popularity contest now, like the politics.
Now it is.
So imagine that, like we're looking at a popularity contest, and of course, people like Donald Trump, they're gonna win because you know they got the money.
He's already a household name.
Exactly. Yeah. And you know, how is anyone else gonna like? How's some old person like Bernie Sanders, that's like nobody knows who he is.
He's not
sure,
connecting.
He can have great like politics and this and that, but in the end, it's very hard to compete against this machine. You know, it's a huge machine.
It's
you
a
know,
powerful machine.
So you know, this is some good stuff we're getting into.
I like it.
What about like more deeply connected to you? Like, what about your music?
Cool.
And like, I wanted to know. I want to know, where does your music come from? Like, and when I say that is like, does your music come from a place of like, are you wanting to express like a particular like view, or do you want people to know where you came from? Like, what are you trying to accomplish with your music? You know, like what are you trying to do with it?
This first album is just to kind of really introduce me as a artist and my craft as a whole. Right now, I'm debating on what I want to write subject matter wise, because I don't want to be in a place right now where I'm making an album that sounds like Lemonade. And what I mean by that is stuff that's too emotional, and you know what I mean? So I like to keep it.
But you would like to make that if you could?
That's a good question. That's a really good question. I don't know how emotional I would like to get on my actual tracks to put out for the public to hear. Now, I probably would start making some more stuff just being poetic to not put out.
I got you.
But
okay,
not like as the image as a whole. Yeah, you know what I mean? I got to keep to a certain.
So what inspires you to make the music then? Are you also the producer for all your tracks?
No, I get my beats from different people. But nah, so I you know, so a lot of my stuff comes from my experiences with my parents, my experiences in life, winning oftentimes, sometimes losing, doing what it takes, the yin and the yang, the dichotomy of good and evil, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, so you're just trying to get by, and you're just trying to like have an outlet.
You get it, yep. Just resonate with the audience, because sometimes what it is not always good or bad. It's just whatever it takes, and you'd be surprised how many people.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, as a DJ, I kind of feel the same way. Yeah. Like when I play music, even when I'm playing other people's music, I just want to play what people want. You know, I'm not trying to play what I want. I'm trying to play what people want. You know, like I want them to have a good time. You know, I want to connect with them. I want them. You know, so I can see like maybe you're trying to do something similar to that. Maybe
Definitely,
you're like crowd pleaser. You're just an entertainer, a performer.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yep, entertainer and a performer.
So what are some of the things that you have done in the area and outside of the area?
So over this way, we've gone as far as. Man, we've gone as far east as Lincoln Heights, Boyle Heights, San Bernardino. We've gone as far north as San Bernardino. We've done shows.
You say we, like, so you have like a small team or like a little crew or something like this? Okay, you have like maybe like a booking person, a promoter, a photographer.
I have a photographer,
a videographer, a producer, a DJ. Nope.
I need all that.
Okay,
I am most of those things.
That's good. No, it's good to at the beginning. You don't really want to overwhelm yourself with all these people, because then if you can take care of most of it, you know,
I can and I do. But Kayla here actually does see a lot of the when it comes to certain things like creative consultants. She's been on some of the music video sets, executive assistant, PR on red carpets, actually photography too.
She's the one taking pictures right now. You guys can't see her because she's behind the scenes, but yeah.
Building up her thing. So yeah, you definitely can't do anything alone. You know what I mean? If you definitely
you need people to get around.
Sure.
Yeah, to navigate these waters. You know,
Absolutely.
So it gets a little crazy out here.
Oh man.
But you know, at the same time, you can't be dragging a net with a bunch of dudes that are waiting for you to carry them. You know, like. So you got to have people to navigate the waters, but you can't have too many people.
Can't have too many. Can't have too many.
Your team's too big. You start end up, you know, having.
It's not a football team. Mostly, I book myself. I get myself placed on different platforms, magazines, articles, podcasts,
cool.
radio shows, performances, all that. Me and myself, I just kind of.
I saw you did a gig where I kind of frequent often. It's the Epic Lounge in Downey.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
I played a few music here and there. One of my DJ friends is like solid like DJ performer there. So I'm wondering like, how did you get connected with that particular spot?
Exactly. I didn't even mention Downey. Yeah, we did Downey too. All the way out, we did man, so many different places. So I got connected with this guy Downey at the Epic Lounge. That one was I did 2 shows in Downey before. There's another venue I did in Downey called the Stardust Lounge. Have you heard of that one too?
Yeah, I played a few shows there as well. Yeah, I used to be a drummer in several bands. When
I probably would have
ran
into you at some point.
I've been down there often. Yeah,
that's a cool little circuit over there.
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah,
it's decent.
Yeah, as a DJ, it's good. You know, it's good work.
Good.
Yeah.
No, it is. So the Epic Lounge was that was a show put on by this guy called the Cancer Diva, and he has a whole cause and behind, of course, just bringing awareness to cancer. He has a clothing line, does all that. So he was able to book me for that. That was a real cool joint. Cool. I had a great time that night. Definitely.
Yeah, man. So those are some of the things I've seen that we have in common. A lot of my friends are obviously in the Southeast LA area.
Sailor hip hop. I've done a lot of stuff.
You've done the Sailor hip hop stuff too as well.
Yeah.
Well, actually, we have a gig. You might want to come out.
Okay.
And if your people are listening, they might want to come out.
Definitely.
It's going to be at the Redwood Room in Maywood.
Uh-huh.
Which is like not too far away.
Yeah.
It's going to be lots of different hip hop performers.
Okay.
I'll be DJing on the decks. We'll have someone that was previously on this podcast, DJ Shneaky, MC Shneaky.
Okay.
He'll be there.
Cool.
There'll be a lot of cool cats there. If you want to come out, man, it'll be a good time.
Definitely.
Definitely. Get connected, get linked up with all these people, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, and like I said, if anyone's listening and they want to come check it out, feel free to stop by.
I don't know if you ever heard. Do you know like Armedius? Is that the guy's name? Is his name?
I believe so. Yeah.
He's one of the ones in Sailor. He booked me for a couple of the shows.
Oh,
over
right
there.
on. Right on.
Sancheesy, does that sound familiar?
Oh yeah. That's a different circuit. But,
it's a little bit different.
Yeah,
Okay. Those teams over there.
Same difference.
For sure. Yeah, I'll probably pull up, man. For sure. That sounds cool.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So you had some shows, obviously local shows, but like, what have you done like outside the area, more or less? Like,
the furthest show I've done was San Bernardino. I did that probably about 2 months ago.
And what are you trying to get out of shows? Like, I'm curious because a lot of artists, they sometimes they don't even do shows really. They just focus on the music and then downloads and streams and things like this.
Yeah.
But like for you so you want to do some live performance stuff.
Absolutely, all that. I stay doing shows. That's part of because I have my own. There's no formula, but my attack right now is shows, radios, and interviews.
Okay, I got you.
So we're attacking just like, we're getting fans at the shows. They come through with the downloads. We do press runs.
It's a good way to get people to open up to knowing who you are as a character,
Every show I do, I get at least 2 or 3. If it's not, more or less, there's always something to be gained at every show.
Like my friend Echo, shout out to him. He was on the podcast recently as well. He said, he does shows mostly because he waits till after his set, someone approaches him and they're like, "Yo, I like your set, this and that." And then, maybe you get a follower on Instagram.
That's what it is.
And this and that.
Exactly. Yeah. Every single show, and it's a great way to connect with your fan base if they're actually coming out. So, I try to do that along with what I'm saying, the different.
And
mediums.
You hang out in the Leimert Park area as well, and you do some stuff out there.
Yep. Did the Bananas show down there in Leimert Park.
Cool.
I'll be at a radio studio in Lumber Park on Sunday. That's going to be it's called the Only Hip Hop Show. That's also a hip hop show in Lumber Park.
Gotcha.
Sunday. Yep.
Yeah, man. Yeah, if you have let's pull up some of that stuff so people can see a little bit of what we're doing. Cool. And you have a link to this show that you're gonna be doing.
Yeah, I can.
Well, I'll pull it up here.
Don't worry. Definitely.
But yeah. So you guys definitely check this out. We'll play some of your music.
Cool, man.
Got a lot of stuff right here, man.
Cool.
But you guys can check him out on YouTube. Chad Watson. Topic.
Yep.
So just go and search that up on YouTube. You'll find him.
Yep.
And you can see. So you got all your tracks here.
Yep.
But you've also got them on. All other platforms, right?
Definitely.
And will I get copyrighted if I play this? Hold on. Let me pause this. But yeah, here's Spotify.
Yep.
So you guys jump on that. Check them out on Spotify. Check them out here on Tidal. Tidal is actually kind of an interesting platform. It's like a little bit of a connection for DJs. There's some stuff going on where we can stream and we can DJ people's tracks like directly from DJ software. So that's kind of an interesting thing.
Cool.
And we also got so for DJs, you can. Do you have like a DJ like pack or anything like this? Like
no,
service pack?
Not at all.
Yeah, you should get one of those made.
I am. I'm thinking about it.
If you need help with that, we could easily make you an intro, outro, DJ pack version.
For sure.
You give this to DJs, and then they play your tracks out. You know, if you have anything that's like semi, like party, whatever.
Yeah, definitely. I got some DJ. I got performance mixes of things, but definitely I need a pack though like that.
Yeah. Sure. So check, and then here's your press kit. In case anybody wanted to check out the press kit, everything is on here. Like it's really nice that you have something like this for people to kind of get linked up.
I appreciate that.
I try and do the similar. I don't want people jumping all over the place. Just go to one place and you're good to go.
And then you can just appreciate that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So that's so you guys check that out. iTunes, Tidal, Spotify, and YouTube.
Appreciate that, man.
Yeah, and subscribe to me on YouTube too. Yeah, so
I just sent you that's the Sunday show. That's that's on your DMs.
Got it.
For sure.
Yeah, I forgot to mute my phone. Let me mute it now. Yeah, so definitely, man. Besides here, so I won't get taken down if I play one of your tracks, right?
Not at all. Definitely, I actually own the copyright to all that stuff.
Okay,
we paid
cool,
for.
cool,
we did
cool.
all that the right way.
So we got a little bit of a chat going on. Let's see. Someone send shout out to my state. What? How do I know where you live, dog?
Right. I should put the link up in my story so we can.
Yeah. Put it up, man. Yeah. And so you said someone else produced these beats for you?
Yep. These beats are produced by so I have about 2 producers on this album. One is called MVA Beats. He's an international producer. I never met him, but some mutual connections. I got a beat from him.
Cool.
And this guy called Snaps on the track. He did a lot of Kodak Black's album.
Oh, for real?
Yeah,
that's cool.
He's pretty,
and you have some of this in like, so are they like ghost producers? Do you put them on your tracks, or do you put them on your track officially?
You know what? I don't. Yeah, nah. So I don't put that new school where you put featuring.
Yeah,
you put the DJ. I don't do all that. But they're credited on the producer.
Of course.
Yeah, but they're not.
No, that's good too, because you put too much stuff on. It's like too many condiments on your hamburgers type of thing.
You get it.
Just play the track.
All that.
That's tight, man. I like the, out of all the different songs I played, I think I probably like this one the most.
Really?
And
That's funny.
It's not because, I guess because I'm a DJ and I'm looking for things that I can play more or less,
Okay.
I guess it's hard for me to like music.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Exactly what you're talking about.
But if I do the music that I do like to play is not gonna sound like party music.
No, okay, I get what you're saying.
Yeah. As a DJ, it gets burnt out in your head. The more if you play this, if you play a song that you like over and over, when you go to the party and when it's time to play it, it's like it doesn't feel right. It's like it's burnt out, But
that's cool.
Does it happen to you? Do you listen to your own music?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's cool.
Oh man, I play the mess out of my stuff.
And so, what kind of, besides what we already covered, what kind of other support do you have in terms of like people like coming on with you? Do you have no other features then?
No,
like no collaborations or anything like this?
No, not this first album. We didn't want to have any other features like that.
Gotcha,
Just wanted to, you know what I'm saying, get my stuff out there.
That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. My homegirl actually told me that she likes this. This is her favorite track too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's funny, man.
Sometimes you put a lot of work into something and it doesn't really rock, and then you put a little bit of work into something and then like everyone's like, oh, that's tight. You know what I mean?
It's
like,
funny, bro.
You don't know which one's gonna hit and which one's not.
No, you don't.
That's tight, man.
Thanks, man. I was trying to go live.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me see here.
I'll play another one for you if you need me to.
Okay.
Which one would you like to show people? Which one do you like?
Okay. My favorite is probably between Chad and Safe and Sound, but we can go with you surprise me, bro. Surprise me. You know what I mean?
I mean, let's see. I think I want to play Chad.
Okay.
I think that sounds. I want to check that. I don't think I've heard this one yet.
You don't think you've heard this one?
No.
Okay.
So.
Chad, what's it meant to be? Kissing dames, dissing
There you go.
Why they try and flex on me? Give a chick the best of me. Next to sex on ecstasy. This is bad, this is Chad. You look fire next to me. Hey, Chad.
Yeah, the mixing's very good.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we put a lot of work into that.
Give a chick the best of me. Next to sex on ecstasy. Mrs. Bad, this is Chad. You look fire next to me. Hey, coals open lockers with blood on his boxers. Lies was the only thing he.
What did, if you don't mind me asking, some stuff from behind the scenes. What microphone did you use to record this?
Question my manager would have failed to answer that. What microphone did you use?
She said it sounds good,
Yeah, no, yeah. It was we recorded this at the studios we recorded this at was the Spot in North Hollywood.
Oh, okay. I know that place. Yeah.
Yeah. That's exactly.
You spend a lot of time mixing this, or it was like.
Yeah, we recorded it in one night, and then it took him about a week to give me the final mix back.
Okay,
we did about
gotcha.
2 or 3 mixes on it. So
Got it.
What's the link again?
Yeah, if you guys want to check in, djoccult.com /real vibes, and that's djoccult DJOCCULT.com /real vibes. And you'll have a link to everything there. So you spend a lot of time in the North LA area between Hollywood and like the Valley and
did a lot of those.
Where you stay at in the Baldwin Hills area.
Baldwin Hills. We've done downtown.
Downtown, you do some stuff downtown as well.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, we should definitely get linked up because I do a lot of things similar to what you're doing.
Cool.
So,
Definitely. I'm on board for sure, man.
Yeah, this track is dope.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, let's throw on your other one.
Let's do it.
The one you wanted to play.
Okay.
You said you liked Safe and Sound, right? Yeah, let's play that. And you give suggestions for like the beats, like how you want them, or you kind of just flow with what is presented.
I definitely do. Yeah, I used to get very hand tailored into them. But,
okay, I got you.
Yeah.
This one's tight. Yeah, I see why you like this one. Oh, you got the Nipsey Hussle on the back right there.
Right. There you go.
Yeah, actually, I took a picture at that same spot.
You did?
Yeah, that's in the corner.
Yeah, Crenshaw Slot. Right there where he's
yeah.
where he was a kid.
Yeah, I just used to ride my bike through there. Man, it's dangerous riding your bike
Now,
through there, man.
You should be careful now, man.
It's a little bit like Long Beach Boulevard in our area.
Yeah, right.
Don't just break shit down. Let me into my zone. I don't think you can save me now. Leave me the fuck alone. Once I finish, I take a bow. Once I finish, I make a smile. Once I finish, I'm saying wow. Once I finish, I drink my brown. Once I finish, hang around. Shit can never go wrong. Catch me at the hottest place.
Yeah, man.
Every single day I'm blown. You would think that I hate the ground.
So, while this track is playing,
Yeah.
any shout outs you want to throw out there?
Shout out my boy Algar. That's like my unofficial manager. I wanted to shout out my photographer here, KSA.
Cool.
And shout out my mama.
That's tight. It's a good one. Yeah, your photographer, she's involved. She's just taking pictures of everything. It's
Oh yeah,
cool.
man. She's very
Got
involved.
motivation.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Fortunate.
Yeah, because we were just talking about this off podcast about photographers. Like, there's always a million of them, and you can never get your pictures. Yeah, it's so weird. You see them snapping away, and then you go on the internet and there's nothing.
True story. I just did this show downtown, and I'm not even going to mention the venue, bro. But I emailed the cat. I DM'd him. He even saw the DM where it says on scene, bro.
Right.
I hit him up a couple of times. He was snapping away. He even said he got good pictures. Never gave me the pictures. Shout out. Listen, if y'all are photographers and y'all taking pictures, give the pictures. What's the point of taking them out if you don't want to be like posted and tagged? And
That's true. That's true. That's absolutely true, man. 100%. But it's crazy because that's always going to be a problem with people. That's why I was just telling you, that's why I take my own camera now.
Yeah. That's it. Now you have to have somebody go with you specifically there to take pictures of you.
Or you gotta, or get someone you trust. Like
give somebody exactly. Take a camera to somebody you trust and let them take pictures.
Let them take pictures.
Bam, you got it.
Yeah, that's the best way these days.
That's the only way almost now.
Yeah, and do you feel like because me and you, we're both like we would just say not up and coming artists, but we're like hardworking artists. We're starting from the bottom, right?
Exactly.
So for people like us, you think like in today's age where like everyone is being some kind of internet celebrity, everyone has something to show off on the internet. Like, do you think it's oversaturated? Like, do you feel like you have too much competition type of thing?
Man, half of these people wouldn't even be known if it wasn't for Instagram. That's the true difference. If you would be out here still booking shows and doing all that without Instagram,
I could feel that. Yeah, it gets a little. And then on Instagram, like that, it's 100%. Instagram is made for that kind of, it's kind of made for people to create brands.
But it is. I use it as my website, so I don't want to act like that.
Yeah. So it's designed for that, and so of course, it's kind of like this is the way I think about Instagram and Twitter and YouTube and these places. Like YouTube, for example, like before YouTube existed, people had to pay money to do, to get content, right?
Right.
Like if you wanted to be on TV, right? If you wanted to have a network, you had to pay people to make shows, contents, things like this, right? Yep. And now YouTube, they just got people to get on for free. They don't have to pay anyone anything to make the content. I mean, they give you something, but it's like pennies per view.
It's pennies.
It's the same problem with what do you think about streaming services versus the old school way of like producing records?
Albums,
like,
right?
What do you think about
back
that?
then, album sales could translate to real money back then. Yeah. And now, because you don't have to pay for streams, so it's like. You don't even have to. Now it was one thing when you at least had to pay for the single, and now you don't even have to buy the whole album. You can literally just like one or two tracks and get that for free.
Right.
So there's really no hope almost to be made.
That's unfortunate.
It's super unfortunate. That bubble didn't pop. Back in the day, you had to go buy the album. That's why the album number sales were so big.
None of it would be possible if it wasn't for artificial intelligence.
Right.
Because now that they got that technology,
right.
when you go and upload something,
right.
they'll just take it down.
Just take it down.
So like if you want to get your music out there, now you have to go through through these streaming services.
You don't even put albums out no more.
Exactly.
You don't even put physical albums out no more.
Oh, here we go.
Yes,
Gonna
sir.
spark one up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Usually we're all prepared and stuff, and we got a bunch of weed on the table, and we're good to go.
No
but
yeah, man. Shout out KSH.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for bringing that in. Yeah. But that's how you feel about that. You know, so you if you would prefer the old school way, like where.
Well, see, I think back then. Okay, so when you actually could rap and you could sell it out your trunk, then you were that was a possible path to success.
Right.
And now you don't even have to be talented no more, but it's just like you know what I'm saying, if you get a dance to go along with your shit, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Like all kind of shit. So it's not like
that is happening too. I've been noticing that. Yeah,
it ain't even like
a
talent no more. It's just like if I can get this video to go viral, I'm a rapper. You're not a talented rapper, bro. You know what I'm saying? Your video. That's
a whole different skill.
You got a whole right. You just happen to.
There are some people.
Went off.
Yeah, some people are real good at managing all this artificial intelligence stuff. Like some people know exactly how to work, like the Instagram algorithm and the Facebook algorithm and all these different things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when we're trying to produce content, we're just trying to be content creators. We're not really focusing on all this PR stuff. We're not focusing on managing all these accounts, and it's a lot of work.
It's a whole lot of work. Yeah,
it's a whole lot of work. There's people out there that are terrible rappers, and they're just good at that, and then they just blow up.
That's what it is. Yeah.
And there's like a million SoundCloud rappers, and there's a lot of stuff going on. A
million SoundCloud rappers.
And we actually, I feel like rapping is going through a phase right now where there's like too much rapping. It's oversaturated.
It's very oversaturated.
For DJs, that happened maybe like 7-8 years ago.
Oh, okay.
You remember like 7-8 years ago, everybody was a DJ. There's like a million DJs like everywhere. Everywhere you went, there was a DJ. Everyone wanted to be some kind of like whatever,
Right.
So
right.
I feel like that's happening to rapping now, like to hip hop.
Definitely.
There's a lot of people interested.
Definitely.
And hip hop now, and I would have never actually expected this, but hip hop is like the culture. It's like worldwide. It's like the number one.
It's the number one. It's the number one genre now.
It has surpassed everything else.
Probably gonna do like.
We're good. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
You're an expert. You gave us the cue. We light the blunt and we're good.
Bam. Exactly. Yep.
This man knows how to do interviews.
Oh man, no, I appreciate the. This is a well put together. I wish you guys could fully see. I mean, the cameras, the angles, the equipment, bro. It's high quality. Took a lot of time, money, and effort into this.
I appreciate that. And
this is real cool.
It's kind of like slapped together because I used to own a bike shop and a electronics store in San Francisco. Yeah. I've actually been down here maybe like 6 months now.
Man, this is incredible for 6 months of work,
bro. So this is like a put together real quick. But in the future,
this is for real. I'm not just saying that. This is a well put together setup for 6 months, bro. This is deluxe.
So hopefully, we have an actual location in the future, where we can have more of a production. But for now, it's cool for what we're doing. I
believe it, man. I'm gonna be back here. I plan on coming back.
Absolutely, you can be at whenever you want, dog.
Absolutely,
you're always welcome. This is our home. This is your home too. So
man,
it's all good.
That. Yeah. This was real cool, bro.
Yeah, man. Right on. Hey, thank you for coming on the podcast, bro. I really appreciate it. Everybody, check him out on YouTube. Check him out on Facebook, Instagram. I mean. Check him out on Tidal, Spotify, Apple Music, and you can also find this podcast if you want to re-listen to this episode later, or if you missed half of it or whatever. Or you can always listen to it on all the same platforms: iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, everything. So you can, and I'll send you guys the links. I'll give you the links so you can share them with your people, and then that way people can tune into you in the future.
Thank you so much, bro.
So everyone that checked in, thank you guys for tuning in. And stay tuned for the next episode. And stay tuned when Chad comes back on the podcast.
Yes, sir.
We're checking out.